My dear students, we are discussing different sources of advertisement. Let's discuss few more sources of advertisement and its advantages and disadvantages. The next is type of medium. The type of medium can be the outdoor advertisement. It has several advantages and couple of disadvantages. First advantage, it is difficult to ignore. If you have advertisement in an outdoor, most of the people cannot ignore such kind of advertisement. So most of the people can see advertisement almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Number two advantage, can reach prospects as they are literally traveling to their current job. So it can reach to as many as prospects you want to get maximum attraction for any particular position in your organization. Number three, it has precise geographic selectivity. Means if you want to give ad only in Lahore and surroundings of Lahore, you can put the outdoor billboards within Lahore and in the premises of the Lahore and in the peri-urban areas of the Lahore. So it can have a precise geographic selectivity. Number four advantage, it reaches large number of people many times as low cost. The cost is not much, but with low cost, you can reach to as many as prospects as you want. So it can be reached to the wider community with the low cost. In addition to its advantages, there are some disadvantages. So number one, only very brief matches is possible. Because on outdoor advertisement, it is not possible to mention each and every segment of the job. It is not possible to mention the brief knowledge or skills and abilities, duties and responsibilities, remuneration package, generic skills needed for that job. All these information cannot be possible to mention in the outdoor advertisement. So you have to give very brief, very crux message for your particular position in the organization. So this can be disadvantage. Number two, disadvantage, it requires long lead time for preparation and must be placed for long period of time. It needs more time for the preparation. It needs more time to place the advertisement in the outdoor facility, and it needs a long period of time to stay there. So usually 1 to 3 months. So it has a long lead time and long preparation time, and it need to be placed for the more time in terms of months, etc. So it is a disadvantage of outdoor advertisement. There is another media of advertisement are the directories, but it is not commonly used. It has a couple of advantages and a couple of disadvantages. Advantage, it has a specialized audience. Directories are used only for a specialized audience. So you can put ad in the directories keeping in view the specialized audience. Then the benefit, the bigger advantage of the directories, or it has a long life. Directories can keep at your home for an year or more than a year sometime. So advantage is that it has a long life, long shelf life. Disadvantage, not timely. Directories cannot be supplied in time. Sometimes you have to supply a directory in month of January and you want to advertise your position in directories, but the directory would be reached there maybe in March. So you may lose your money in advertisement through directories. So better to avoid it if you have a very limited time for advertisement. And number two, often have competitive culture. Almost every another organization is giving ads through directories. So you may need to face competitive cultures in presenting ads in directories. My dear students, another very famous type of medium used for advertisements are the radio and television. There are advantages and there are disadvantages. For example, advantage, it is difficult to ignore. If you are giving ad to the to the radio or to the television, people cannot ignore your advertisement. But it is not very common way of giving advertisement for your employment position in the organization. Sometimes some of the prestigious organizations used to give such kind of advertisements. Reach prospects who are not actively working for a job better than newspaper and magazines. And it can be limited to specific geographic areas. Disadvantage, only brief, uncomplicated messages are possible. Some very brief message, some uncomplicated messages are possible. You cannot mention each and every information of the job through radio and television. And another disadvantage is the lack of prominency. Prospects cannot refer back to it. A repeated airing necessary to make impression. So you have to keep your ad in air to make a necessary impression of your organization and position in the organization. So most of the time, organizations used it to build their corporate image. There are some other advantages of radio and television. For example, it has a creatively flexible. It can dramatize employment story more effectively than print ads because it has a vocal benefit in it. So you can dramatize employment story more, and it has a little competitive recruitment culture. As I said earlier, that most of the organizations used to avoid such kind of expensive advertisement in radio and television, so you would not face more competitive culture through radio and television advertisement. And there are disadvantages as well. Creation and production of commercials, particularly TV, can time consuming and very expensive, very expensive. If you want to take 1 minute or 30 seconds to air your advertisement, it can be very expensive. So you have to keep your budget in mind, you have to keep your time in mind, and then you have to decide whether you need to give such kind of advertisement in television or in radio. And it is very time consuming activity if you want to prepare such kind of advertisement. And number 4, a lack of special interest selectivity, paying for waste circulation. Sometimes you are paying too much to the television and radio, and that is the wastage of circulation. So you have to avoid such kind of advertisement if your positions are very smaller or very simple or very non-professional. So if you are hiring someone very prestigious, high professionals, then you can give such kind of advertisement. Or if you want to promote our organizational image, then you can go for such kind of advertisement. So whatever the advertisement you are, sources of advertisement you are using, you have to critically analyze its advantages and disadvantages, keeping in view your own situation and your own job for which you are applying.